A tangible memorial in honor of the late Sir Albert Miller. A local youth leader fed up with the level of crime in the country and plans to observe the country's 45th independence celebrations underway.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shashina Rolf-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news this evening, a memorial established in honor of the late Sir Albert Miller. The Fidelity Bank building houses several businesses and government departments, several of which have been greatly impacted by the former businessman. And now that building has been renamed in his honor.
Son of the late Sir Albert Miller, Russell Miller, says that he and his family are honored and grateful to all who have made the renaming possible. Miller says he believes the recognition is very fitting, as his father has made significant contributions to various businesses and departments within the newly named building.
It could not be a better occasion, a better event than to name the Fidelity building in his honor, as that this building houses both the Ministry of Tourism and the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, both of which my father was very involved in, and particularly on the Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board, served as its chairman for 25 years. So we are very grateful and appreciative, and I think it's only fitting that this building bears his name for what contributions he made to this.
And not only has Sir Albert made significant contributions to the tourism industry through those departments, but he also helped in the development of Fidelity on Grand Bahama. President Gregory Bethel says that Sir Albert offered exceptional advice and support as he, along with his business partners, worked to establish the banking institution on the island.
I am proud of my association with Fidelity because Sir Albert helped to make this all possible in guiding us here in Freeport, but in a personal way. I am deeply honored to be able to pay this tribute to Sir Albert with the naming of the banking hall in his honor. So every time I walk through these doors, and I'm here every month for a few days, I will see that plaque, and I will remember my friend, my mentor, my coach, Sir Albert Miller.
Bethel says he also believes the renaming will inspire those that enter the banking institution.
And then the bonus of it is, because of Sir Albert's greatness and his legacy and the way he just overcame any obstacle, any challenge, and the way he was just extraordinarily the best, that puts pressure on my colleagues who work here in this branch, that every morning when they come to work, they're going to see Sir Albert's name there, and they will understand the standard to which we would hold them. To the family, thank you so much, because only family know the way you have to sacrifice when you have a great man and a great leader as your father.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, despite a reported downward trend in crime by the Minister of National Security during the first quarter of the year, a youth leader believes that the level of murder among the youth is unacceptable. Tonight, he is admonishing the Bahamian community to take a stand against crime.
You are great. You are here for a purpose in this life, and it's not to die at a young age.
Founder of Reach Out Youth Organization, Dudley Sade, says he is tired turning on the TV and hearing about another young person being gunned down, or opening the newspaper to see stories of senseless killings. He says at some point Bahamians have to get fed up and fight to take this country back.
I am very alarmed. When you have gang killings, then you pretty much can say you could the gangs killing gangs. But when you see it start to be robbery, then you know that we really have a serious problem. 2 cab drivers got killed in Nassau, I think, less than in space of weeks. Right now, they don't want to say we have a crisis, but I've been saying we had this crisis for a while. What we continue to do is push it aside like a Band-Aid. When the cut heals, we move on.
The murder rate is just shy of 50 so far for the year, and the majority of the crime, according to statistics, involve young people between the ages of 18 to 35, whether assailants or victims. Said believes that many young men committing these heinous acts no longer value life.
We have over 4,000 churches in Nassau, 20 members of parliament in Nassau. There's no way we can allow, I call the enemy, to win. I asking the government of the Bahamas, look for some people who are willing to work. Like myself, I am in the front line. If they want me to come to Nassau and put some programs in place so we could let these young men know their future bright and to let them know they have purpose. And I always said this, I used to be in a gang earlier in my life too. You can imagine if I had to die at a young age. Today, I'm impacting so many young men's lives in this country.
He says the time has come for these young men to realize their purpose.
Right now, people can't even go to the food store no more, and people can't go in a barbershop. You can imagine you're in a beauty salon and gunmen just taking their lives. There's too much bloodshed in this country. And I ask everyone to continue to pray because the enemy is winning this battle. We have a lot of good men, good people, but the few bad apples is destroying this country. And to see every night you're listening to the news, another young man died. So that means his seed is gone. Another generation is lost.
Said believes that for most persons, if something doesn't personally affect them, then they turn a blind eye.
I think we need to put all our heads together, the Christian Council. Businessmen, they need to put their money where their mouth is to continue to help us. And the government need to say, okay, I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. We can't assist if they don't want it. We're trying our best, but I know it could work with a collective effort if all of us put our heads together.
He's making this appeal.
I think we need to put all our heads together, the Christian Council. Businessmen, they need to put their money where their mouth is to continue to help us. And the government need to say, okay, I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. We can't assist if they don't want it. We're trying our best, but I know it could work with a collective effort if all of us put our heads together.
Also news from the crime beat, 19-year-old Eric Culmer of Baslane pleading guilty today in the magistrate court to the charge of possession of unlicensed firearm and ammunition. Now Culmer will be sentenced for the crime tomorrow. Meantime, police officials are advising parents to ensure that their kids are kept active and under proper supervision during this upcoming summer break. In just a matter of days, schools throughout the country will be officially closed. And ASP Teresita Pinder says parents should ensure that their children are involved in youth-related programs provided by the police, church, government, or any trusted organization.
Police summer camp is coming up in July. Then you have a lot of churches who have summer camps that are happening in our Grand Bahama community, and we're advising parents to allow the children, the smaller children, to go to the summer camp so they can be properly supervised and occupied. Now, in regards to the older children who may not be attending summer camps, we would advise parents to make sure that they are busy, kept very busy during the summertime, that you will find ways and means to keep them busy and to make sure that they are also supervised. Because around this time, during the summertime, you know that a lot of incidents happen in regards to children.
Now, she says if children are left home, they should be supervised by a trusted and responsible person.
Make sure the person who is supervising them are a credible person who they can be safe with, who you trust, who the child feels safe with, who they have no problem staying with. I always tell parents that when you find a child that is unwilling to go by someone that you deem to be safe, and they're fighting you and they don't want to go by this person, always be mindful that if the child is not willing or frightened to go by a certain person, acknowledge what that child is feeling and and find out why that child may not want to go by that person. A child knows the difference between a safe touch and a sexual touch. They might can't express their feelings, they might can't express it in words, but they might not want to go near that child, that person, or they're shy of going next to that person. So that's the time when the parents are supposed to take notice of these things. They should know their child, that if their child is acting strange, they should know that.
Well, Pinder also advises parents to ensure that their children are aware of emergency contact numbers, including 911. And the countdown is on to the Grand Bahama Homecoming Association Tyrus Riley concert. Answer this question on our Facebook page and you can win a ticket to the upcoming event. Here's the question. Which Robin Thicke song did Tyrus Riley cover? Once again, you can answer on our Facebook page and the winner will be announced at the end of the newscast. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.